We're looking at generations of coal miners out of Collinsville. My grandfather come out here back in 1826. I'm the third generation. All coal miners, yes, and I had some brothers that worked in the mining industry as well. You've got to be a special sort of person to want to work in the coal mining industry, to be quite honest with you. But these days, some people would never go underground, you know, but they'll work in an open cut. But they're still in that same coal environment.
I was station working in the 1950s, but I enjoyed underground mining. If I had my life over again, I'd go back. As the old fellas used to say, it's not the dust you can see with hurts, it's the dust you can't see with. You only got to look at the dust coming out of some of even the open cuts. I don't think the dust problem really hit the iceberg yet.
Well, I can remember sitting on the front step with my dad there, and an old chap who lived up the road used to come down the footpath hanging onto my front fence. I asked my dad, what's Mr. Jones's problem? And he said, dust, son, dust. To see someone with that, it's a terrible, terrible thing, mate. I've seen where people walking around with oxygen bottles, you know. I got a couple of mates there that didn't know they had it, but like one of them said to me, you're better off knowing than not knowing. I just hope more people come out and get their tests done. Having it come to you by road the way it is now, I think it's just brilliant. It gives you a better indication of your health for a start. Towns like Collinsville and other rural mining communities, it takes them up to 3 hours to travel to the coast to get that sort of treatment.
I'd have to drive to Mackay and drive back. That's 600 kilometres. I don't like them driving in the traffic. At my age, it's a big thing.
When we turn up to town, we bring a radiographer, we bring a respiratory scientist, we bring a physician that's experienced in screening for occupational lung diseases. Back in the office though, we've got the support of experienced radiologists, respiratory specialists and occupational physicians to help us take it from a screening program all the way through to a diagnosis and advising back to GPs on the best practice for managing and treating their patients.
Everybody I spoke through, right through the whole system, Heart of Australia and all that, they've been good. They've rung me back. When they came around and they said, we want some of the old original mines that come first. Next thing I got a call of appointment, they said, you're going through. And you know, it still hadn't sunk onto me that I was one of the first ones to go through. To be there on that morning, I tell you what, it was nerve-wracking, but it was the experience. It was a marvellous thing. I go swimming and things like that, you know. I was thinking, oh, well, I'll be right. I thought I was fit. Well, they picked up a spot on my lung.
Now with the Heart of Australia coming to here, I think it's one of the greatest things that's ever happened to the mining industry, and I would encourage anyone that's worked in and around the coal mining industry to go along and have their tests done.